MP to all cars. Armed robbery on security vehicle
Juliet,
now.
4 to MP.
4 men.
Off watch.
Luna 1 to MP. Disturbance in High Street. Gang of youths
MP
fighting
to
with
Golf,
knives.
1-1.
Request assistance, over.
Suspects on...
What time is it, Dave?
It's 3:20, sir.
You hear something?
No?
There's someone there. I can feel it. The hair's on my neck. Come with me. Move quietly, no lights, no sound. Somewhere over here. Hear it?
Yeah. They've come for Cindy.
When they find the room empty, they'll come this way.
Can you see them?
Yes, 2.
You know them?
I know one. Can't put a name to him. Wait till they come to us, and I want both of them, even if it means losing your teeth. Here they come. We're police officers.
Hell! No!
Lights. Now, let's see what we've got.
2 very unconscious villains.
How hard did you hit yours?
Hard enough.
Turn them over. You hit him, all right.
I didn't want to lose my teeth, sir.
Try the pockets. It's always nice to surprise them when they come round by knowing their names.
Oh, your one has a couple of membership cards in the name of F.J. Catling.
That's it, Frank Catling. That's fine. We're on our way. And the other?
A wallet with some cash in it.
Let's see it.
There's a ring of keys. Nothing with his name on it. A knife. Ooh, sharp as a scalpel.
To carve their names on her face. I'll have it. A sign of life. Morning, Frank. Did you sleep well?
Oh, God. Go with me.
You walked into a door.
Like hell I did. Who are you?
Chief Inspector Mannock. Remember?
Oh, Bennett.
No, Mannock. Your friend got it worse.
Yeah.
Wake his friend, Dave. Give him a shake.
Come on, wake up. That's it. Open your eyes.
All right. Playtime's over. Sit up and pay attention. Dave, help him. Bring him into the kitchen.
Go on.
You can heat the coffee.
Yes, sir.
All right, Frank, let's be having you. Your head's still sore.
Yeah.
What are you doing here?
Bit of burglar, Mr. Maddock. I mean, there's no need to go mad.
You've never done a bit of burglary in your life, Frank. You wouldn't know how. Who sent you?
Straight up, Mr. Maddock, we would...
You don't carry a knife like this for burglary. Now, who sent you?
Get lost.
The coffee's ready.
Keep it there. We'll try his friend. Now, what's your name?
Taylor.
What kind of tailor? Bespoke tailor?
William Taylor.
And do we know you, William Taylor? Do you have a police record?
No.
I see. All right. Dave, give them some coffee and I'll check on them. You have a middle name, Mr. Taylor?
No.
The yard. Give me CRO, please. CRO? Chief Inspector Mannock. A check on 2 persons. Frank Catling, he has a record. I just want his last conviction and his present associates. Second one, William Taylor. He says he has no form. He's about 38, 5'10", dark hair, thin face. And he's been doing a bit of breaking and entering. Yeah, wait,
Can I have a fag?
if you've got some of your own. Yeah, I'm still here. You think so? I'll put it to him. Mr. Taylor, my friends at Criminal Records have a file on a man of your age and appearance, and his name is William Thompson. Are you William Thompson?
No, sir. My name's Taylor.
They say this Thompson has a tattoo on his right wrist, his regimental crest. Will you roll up your sleeve? Dave, pull back his sleeve.
Yes, he's got a tattoo, sir. Royal Marines.
CRO? Yeah, it's Thompson. Thanks. Now listen, you two. Before you get any wrong ideas, this house is surrounded by members of the flying squad. You know why you've come here, so you know why we're here. Any trouble and you'll get what you gave Masters. Well, I now have what I need. Thompson, you're an ex-Marine, a tough man, and you've quite a record, carrying offensive weapons like this knife you brought here. And you're married to Ernie Deaver's sister, and that's the connection I was looking for. Frank's connection, I know. Friend of Tommy Mark. And he's been throwing his weight around in Blackheath and Soho these past 2 days, asking about Miss Cindy Carson. Someone discovered where she is, and you were sent here.
That's all talk, Mannock. We've got a brief who say different. Billy is a housebreaker.
And you were holding a ladder. Dave, use the radio.
Yeah.
Ask Crossley to come and collect them. What is he? Red 5?
Yes, sir. Red 2 to Red 5. Come here, please.
Red 5.
Red 5, will you come to number 28 and take into custody Frank Catling and William Thompson in connection with the Belmont shooting?
Understood. On our way.
The records are interesting, sir. It's even better than we thought. How's this for a bit of knitting? Frank Catling is a close personal friend of Tommy Mark and is also on the board of his clubs. Frank Catling's brother is a manager of the clubs. So with Tommy Mark in jail, it would be the brother who sent Frank on our trail. But who tipped him off?
That we'll find out. First, you have to find Frank's brother. Shake him down. What I want is names. And I want keys that will open places.
Do you know this brother?
George, yes. You'll have no trouble recognizing him. He looks just like Frank. Not quite so heavy, not so aggressive. In fact, he's not such a bad lad. But they're look-alike, talk-alike brothers. Here's the address of the club. Go there this afternoon.
Well, it's Sunday.
Have you anything against Sunday?
No, sir.
It's a good day for keeping things quiet, and I want it kept that way. Can you get hold of someone you can trust?
Well, the DC who was with me on the Jackie Thorne job.
Maxton?
Yes, sir.
Yes, you'll do. You find him, and I'll go clear it with the commander.
Yes, sir.
So, you're still alive, Dave?
Yeah.
Why are we meeting here?
Because it's near where I was and it's near where we're going. And you're with me for the rest of the day.
Look, Dave, Mr. Roach was asking...
Mr. Roach, you'll be getting a phone call. You're free.
OK. Where are we going?
First to Judy's.
Ah, I thought you'd forgotten.
We're going to make our excuses.
Oh.
Get moving, come on.
Yeah, Jim Harrison is betting that you're on the Belmont shooting.
He'll win his bet.
Oh, wow. Hey, have they found the girl yet?
Not yet.
Have you seen her? I mean, in person?
Keep your mind on your work.
Sure. You said Judy's party was an anniversary. You saying what kind of anniversary?
Keep your eyes on the road.
Yes, Sergeant. Sounds like she's gone out.
She's in.
Then she's not pleased with you.
Yes, officer, and what can I do for you?
You could let me come in.
Should I, Max?
I think you should.
All right, you can come in. And what's the excuse this time?
For what?
I've arranged a party for you, remember? I've been working my fingers to the bone and I haven't heard from you
I've
since...
been busy, love.
You have a phone, haven't you?
This time it was a bit different.
How different? And keep your paws off the sandwiches.
Top-level stuff. We can't mention it.
I'm waiting.
All right, look, we're only here for a few minutes, love. I don't think we can make it.
Dave, what are you saying?
I'm saying I don't think we can make it tonight.
Because you've been busy? Don't you think I've been busy? Look, plate after plate of food, bottle after bottle of drink. I've arranged for pretty girls, I've written the place cards, and I not only baked the cake, but I iced it and got the spelling right. Happy anniversary. The spelling is right, isn't it, Max?
It's perfect. Tommy, what is the anniversary?
It's the anniversary of the day, or rather the night, that Dave and I met. But I'm not the romantic one, Max. It was he who wanted the party. For the night we met Judy, he said, we'll invite your friends and my friends, he said. And what is it you were saying, Dave Brook?
I'm sorry, love, we can't make it. I mean, Judy, all this will keep. We can have it tomorrow.
Tomorrow is not the anniversary.
Judy, believe me, this really is an important case. I can't get out of it. There are no days off. It's the big one.
This stuff that's in all the Sundays, these pictures, that girl.
Yeah, something like that.
That's important, is it? Finding a Soho tart.
She's a stripper, she's not a tart.
You could fool me.
Oh, Max, come on, help me out.
What can I say? She's in all the papers, Dave, and she is hot stuff.
What do you mean, hot stuff?
Well, she is, isn't she? Legs right up to here.
Thanks, pal. In my days, we weren't even allowed to think about such things on a Sunday.
Oh, face up to it, Dave. Look, here's the People. Here's the Express. You do have to admit she's sexy.
Well, she isn't looking sexy now. She's scared. She keeps her head under the bedclothes and...
And what bedclothes was she keeping her head under, Mr. Brooke?
Look, Judy, that's not what I meant. I shouldn't be telling you, and you mustn't mention it to anyone.
Go on.
Well, we found her. She's scared for her life, and there's a policewoman looking after her, and not a word about it.
All right. Do you want a drink? We may as well drink it now. Max?
Please.
Mr. Brooke?
Yeah, I'll have a spot of whiskey, please. A very large spot.
And now perhaps we can hear what did happen to you.
Yeah, well, it's simple. If you'd done more than just look at the pictures in the papers, you'll have learned that a certain up-and-coming young villain, Johnny Angel, was shot dead in his own drinking club on Friday night. And a big-time villain, Tommy Mark, and his helper Ernie Devers have been charged with a killing. There were 4 eyewitnesses to the shooting, but 3 of them are too scared to talk. Which leaves us with Miss Cindy Carson.
And why was she the only one who blabbed?
Because she's a #1 bird brain. She's pretty. She was surrounded by press photographers and flashbulbs, and she thought she was a star. Then she realised what she'd done and what she'd said. She knew Tommy Mark's friends would be after her, and they are. So she ran, hysterical, looking for somewhere to hide from them. We found her first and hid her. But the hiding place was leaked, and they came after her last night to show her what happens to girls who talk too much.
Are you looking at me?
No, and I wasn't looking at her either. Last night I was protecting her.
And what will you be doing tonight?
Judy, I'm sorry.
So am I. Dave Brook, the party starts at 9. I will be waiting for you with a glass of champagne and open arms. The invitation extends until 10, when my open arms will be getting tired. If you're not here by 10, don't bother to come, and don't bother to come any other time.
Okay.
And don't get tangled in the bedclothes.
Bye.
Bye, Max.
Bye, Judy. Does she mean it?
Yeah,
When your work gets in the way of your life, Dave, is it worth it?
that's a daft question. Come on, let's get on with it.
What is it we're looking for?
A club called the Marlborough. Turn left at the next street. It's got an awning with a big M on it.
M for Tommy Mark?
Yeah, I suppose so. All his clubs begin with M. Marlborough, Mayflower.
It's about the stripper, is it?
Yeah. She was an eyewitness, but she may not be a very good witness unless we can get some support for her. By which I mean persuade some other witnesses to come forward.
It isn't a healthy pastime, is it? Being a witness against Mr. Mark.
No. And we won't get them unless we can show that we can protect Miss Cindy Carson. And to do that, we're calling on a lad named George Catling. He manages the clubs for Tommy Mark. And since Mark is languishing in Brixton, it's likely that George is in charge of his affairs. So we're going to push him around and see what falls off.
Just the 2 of us?
To start with. Try the next one on the right.
Is that it, Dave? Straight ahead, maroon-coloured awning with something on the side?
A big M, that's it. Pull up beside it. Right, look, wait here a minute. I'll go in first. Give me time to ask for Mr. Catling, time to find him. Then come wandering in to show him that I've got some support.
And leave the car here?
Does the neighbourhood frighten you?
Oh, frankly, yes.
Give me about 5 minutes.
You going somewhere, Squire?
I'm looking for George.
You mean Mr. Catlin?
That's right, Mr. Catling.
Your friend?
Tell him I'm from his brother, Frank.
From Frank?
Yeah.
Wait here. This is the geezer, sir.
Thanks, Jeff. From Frank, did you say?
Yes.
Are you alone?
Yeah.
Well, what did you bring? A message?
Something he asked me to give you. In private.
This is private, my friend.
All right. Here it is.
This is a search warrant. Who are you?
I'm a police officer, and the man who is now behind me is my detective constable. So let's go into your office, Mr. Catley.
You can go to hell. You've no right in the world to come in here with that. This is a properly licensed club.
And you are the club manager, managing it on behalf of the owner, who is at present in jail. So is your brother Frank.
What?
Open the office, Mr. Catley.
No.
Max.
Certainly.
After you, sir. What's all this, George? You've been having a meeting?
No, and this is a private office.
I don't think you filled 4 ashtrays all by yourself, George, and drank out of 4 glasses, now did you?
Well, if you must know, there was a meeting. A properly convened and legal meeting. The owner of the club is not presently at liberty, and his directors met to see what should be done in his absence.
I'll bet. Like trying to put the frighteners on Cindy Carson.
I know nothing about that.
Your brother Frank does. He's in the nick, George. Illegal entry, attempt to do grievous bodily harm, to intimidate a witness, to pervert the course of justice. Take your choice. And let's have your keys.
Why?
It's a warrant to search. I want to open the safe.
Oh, I'll open it. There's nothing to hide. There you are.
Thank you.
I didn't catch your name.
Detective Sergeant Brook.
Well, are you satisfied, Sergeant? There's nothing sinister in the safe. You can open all the drawers if you like. Use this key.
Mr. Manick is here.
Afternoon, George. Have my lads been annoying you?
Yes, they have, Mr. Manick. They're here under the mistaken belief that we've been doing something illegal.
No, George, under the belief that the place is owned by Tommy Mark. Anything in the safe, Sergeant?
No, sir.
Pity. Looks like you've been having a meeting of some kind, George.
I've explained all that to your sergeant.
Well, let's reconvene the meeting and you can explain it all to me. George, you take the chair. Dave, sit on the seat on his right. Max, you sit on his left. I'll sit opposite you, George. Now, what was on the agenda?
On the agenda was the fact that the proper chairman is at present in custody on a wrongful charge of shooting...
A charge of shooting a business rival, George. You're talking to people who know. He did shoot Johnny Angelo, so did his helper, your friend Ernie Devers, and there are witnesses. We have one of them. So you sent your brother Frank to silence her.
No.
Your brother Frank and William Thompson.
Thompson?
That's right. He came with his knife. And they were both here last night at this meeting.
No.
Where did they sit, George, when you planned to get her? Where I'm sitting? Where Sergeant Brook is sitting?
Mr. Manick, I know nothing about it. They were not here. I wasn't told anything about that.
But you knew that Tommy wanted her silenced.
Just frightened, Mr. Manick. Not killed.
But you knew.
They don't tell me these things.
No, you never were a real villain, were you, George? Frank is, but not you.
No.
You run the clubs and keep them legal. But they were the cover for his other business.
They never discussed it in front of me. I just managed the clubs.
But you knew.
Yes.
Well, we're not interested in closing the clubs, George. When Tommy Mark is gone, they'll still be here.
He won't go down, Mr. Manick. He's got scores of people who swear that he was here that night. You have one witness. In the end, she won't testify.
So? I need your help, George. I'm determined he will go down. And help won't be forgotten, George.
Can I speak to you alone?
There'd have to be a very good reason for my sergeant, my DC, to leave. You'd have to start giving now. Do you have an address they might go to?
I have an address for Thompson.
Is he married?
No, he lives by himself. Here it is. Not many people know it.
Sergeant, slip along there, see what you can find, while George and I have a talk.
Yes, sir. So this is Thompson's place. He's got it nicely fixed.
Do you know him?
I knocked him cold this morning, otherwise we'd never met.
Yeah, there's a couple of cameras here and a tape recorder.
No, we're not interested in them. We want books with names and with addresses or with figures. Something to tell us that he handles a lot of people or a lot of money. He wouldn't leave them lying around.
Maybe he wouldn't keep them here at all.
That's possible, but we are here, so we look around. Move wardrobes, lift carpets, find chipped floorboards, things like that.
You ready then?
For what?
Move the wardrobe, lift the carpet.
OK, let's do it. Take an end, will you?
And now the carpet. Hey, you're psychic.
What?
A piece of floorboard. It isn't chipped, but it's been turned.
Let's see. Yeah, it has been. You got a knife?
Yeah.
Let's have it. If it breaks, I'll give you another one. Right, here it comes. And what do we have?
Brown paper, a packet.
Yeah, more than one. 1, 2, 3, 4. That seems to be the lot. Hey, can you get your arm in there?
Yeah. there's one more. That makes 5.
Yeah, bring them over. Let's open them. Knife again, please. Yep, money in bundles. 5s, 10s, and 20s. Yours?
The same.
Open the others. How much would you say?
All used notes, mostly 10s and 20s. I'd say about £20,000 in each packet.
Makes £100,000. Who said crime doesn't pay? Do you realise, Max, that all this was hidden away, undeclared, untraceable, and they'll deny it was there?
Yeah.
I'm saying Thompson will deny it was here.
Meaning?
Would you like to be rich? Would you like to own your own nick? Belongs to a villain, just part of his income from his rackets, his strip clubs. What would you do if it was yours, Max?
Me? 100,000? Yeah, for a start, I'd buy a carpet for the CID room. And I'd buy all the DCs a new raincoat.
Ah, that's one of the nice things about wealth. You can afford to be generous.
Are you joking?
Ah, just dreaming.
Well, your dream is over. Here comes Mr. Mannock.
Well,
Yes, sir. Look what we found.
it's a rough guess how much.
100,000.
All right. Wrap them up again, carefully, and we'll take them back to George. I've left him thinking about some things. Well, George, have you thought about it?
Yes, Mr. Mannock. I'd have your word that the clubs aren't on your list.
Oh, should they be?
No, sir, you're right. Mr. Mark always let the clubs be run properly. Everything open and with proper accounts.
He had to.
Yes, I suppose he had. So you wouldn't be after them, closing them down?
Not if I can get him on things he has been doing, like protection and moving in on his rivals and killing Johnny Angelo.
He has people who swear that
There's
he would...
people who will pay to swear. We know what kind of money's available. We've just lifted some of it. Sergeant Brook, bring the stuff in, will you?
There you are, sir. 5 packets.
Would you like to count it, George?
No, Mr. Mannock. Can we go on talking alone?
Leave us for a moment, Sergeant.
Yes, sir.
We reckon there's about 100,000 here, George. What part of the take would that be? A month, 2 months, 3 months?
1 month.
From protection and strip clubs?
And prostitution and drugs.
Drugs?
Johnny Angelo was in drugs. It's what Mr. Mark wanted.
Now you see why I'm not interested in the clubs, George. When Mark is sent down, you can fall heir to them.
I couldn't take over the clubs. It was none...
Go on, George.
What is it you need?
A genuine witness to back up the girl.
All right, I can give you some papers. With names, saying who pays, all the stuff you'd need.
I'll take them. Now, witnesses.
Can I make a deal about Frank?
No, Frank is a villain. You're not. Keep it like that, George. How about the witnesses?
Well, there's the bouncer, Jeff. Mr. Mark asked him to go with him to Belmont. He didn't, and Ernie Devers went instead. He'll swear to that.
I'll take him. But I need something better. Come on, George. You're clearing the way for yourself. You can do better than this.
I can give you an eyewitness. The barman who saw it.
Kearney.
That's right, Tim Kearney. He saw it all.
Where is he?
He's here, Mr. Mannock. He was scared. He came straight to Mr. Mark to assure him he wouldn't give evidence. He asked Mr. Mark to look after him, to hide him. He's got a room here, tucked away. Is it a deal?
If the papers are genuine, if your bouncer will speak up, and if Kearney will do his bit, then your name need never be mentioned.
If Kearney speaks up for you, you will have to get him away somewhere.
Does he fancy Australia?
He fancies Canada. He asked Mr. Mark to send him there.
Okay. Get him.
Jeff, will you come a minute?
Yes, Mr. Catlin.
Bring Kearney in.
Bring him here.
Yes, Jeff, do as I say. Everything's going to work out.
Yes, Mr. Catlin.
Don't worry about Jeff. He'll do as I say. He wouldn't go to see Angelo. He's got no stomach for that side of it. If you can sew Tommy Mark up, it'll be good riddance.
Dave, Maxton,
Yes, sir.
listen carefully. I'm taking the money to be locked in the commander's safe, and I want you to take a statement from 2 witnesses. You'll see them here, and George will help you if necessary. After that, you'll take the 2 witnesses into protective custody until we've sorted things out.
And Miss Carson?
You can tell her she isn't alone anymore.
And after that, sir?
After that, I think we may be seeing quite a lot of each other. Why not give me a ring?
I mean tonight, sir.
Oh, well, after that, you're free.
Thank you, sir.
She can't be out.
No, it's the noise in there. Try again.
Well, officer, what can I do for you?
I was told if I came before 10, there'd be open arms and a glass of champagne. It's only 9:30.
In which case, come in. You too, Max. Your friends are here. Jim Harrison, Flynn, Murphy, and Mr. Roach.
Who invited him?
I did. He was looking for you.
Did I ever tell you how much
No. But you can tell me now, Sergeant Brooke.